The views expressed on the following program might just be those of WPSL. You never know. They say, well, not necessarily those of WPSL, but you're encouraged to like and share them on Facebook. It's time to think about health and nutrition because it's time for Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World. In downtown Fort Pierce, US 1 between Orange Avenue and Avenue A, directly across from City Hall in the historic Arcade Building. And now, here's your host, Joanne Augusto.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having an incredible week. Sorry I couldn't be live in the station last week, but I was just cracking up. So we've been working on closing for the house that Matt and I just got for a while. And I said the only time slot I really can't do a closing is Thursdays 10 to 11. And of course, when does it get booked? Thursday, 10 to 11. So I was just laughing so hard on that one. But I am so glad I can be here today because you know what, Cliff? This gives me a break from the moving.
Oh.
I am playing hooky right now from the actual moving. So we got done all the trucks.
If you're in the process of moving, you have to play hooky at some point
my
during the move
gosh.
and leave everything to somebody else because sometimes it's too much.
Oh, my hands feel so beat up. It's been crazy. But what I think is hysterical is my friend called me, let's see, today's Thursday, so Tuesday night. She's like, how's it going? How'd the move go? I was like, oh, great, because I'm looking out, and I'm like, oh, my dining room, my living room, like all the furniture's set up. I got all the stuff I need in the kitchen. My bedroom has this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm organized. I'm clean. It's efficient, right? Well, there was like 4 more truckloads because we were doing it ourselves. So we were taking my pickup truck and going to 2 houses and moving it into one. And so we had a good 4 more, maybe 6 more truckloads to go. Well, then came all the stuff that you really don't need, but you accumulate. So all of a sudden, the garage is filling up, and then boxes are starting to trickle in. I'm like, wait, what happened to my beautiful, clean, efficient, organized world? So when I left this morning, I'm like, okay, honey, have fun. I'm going to work. So I am so glad to be here today. And I don't even know what you played last week, but a couple customers said they enjoyed it, so that's awesome.
Well, every one of your shows are archived up there on YouTube, and it's not very hard if you're not going to be here for me to. I can actually go into YouTube and download a video, which I had previously edited and put up there. But we can convert that video into MP3 for broadcast again if we need to.
Well, luckily you're talented because I definitely don't know anything about technology. So thank God we have you to count on. And so without further ado, we must do our breathing exercise. Definitely going to get some breathing in. I hope you guys have been breathing all week. Ha. Yeah. So Cliff is our expert counter for so many newbies. Welcome to the show. I am so grateful for your time.
Real experts and the medical profession, 9 out of 10 doctors highly recommend breathing as a normal thing to do every day all by yourself, right?
Yes, definitely. And it's funny, if I sound like I've lost my voice, I just taught an actual college class this morning. So I've been talking for an hour and a half straight. So if I keep clearing my throat, I apologize. I just I talk myself into hoarseness. So let me I'm going to take a little sip to get this ready. All right, beautiful. So we are going to do the breathing exercise. So if we have any newbies, once again, welcome to the show. All my regulars, I want your breath to be nice and strong and deep, and show me that with time you're getting better and better. And so we're going to do 5 breaths this morning because I need a couple extra to get all grounded and get my
We'll do
throat
it
back to
5
normal.
times instead of 3?
We're going to do 5 times so I can get all charged up and ready and get my voice a little break. So we are going to only use our nose. We're going to breathe in for a count of 5.
Yeah.
We're going to hold for 5.
Okay.
And we're going to exhale for 5. And I really stress that everyone listening, please do this. If you're driving, keep your eyes open. If you're not, I would love for you to close your eyes and just touch your fingertips. Just do all your fingertips. It's very meditative. This is going to help focus you, clear the negative energy, help give you a little energy, get your blood pressure regulated. All proven, amazing, and we all need to do some deep breathing throughout our day.
We're going to do this 5 times.
Okay, so first let's exhale all the junk, the negativity, all the fear and anxiety out. Okay, I'm ready, Cliff. You ready to count us?
All righty, here we go. Take it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And another. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slowly release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the sound of the snapping of my fingers, you'll wake up and everything will be normal.
Wow, that really can change your whole way your body feels within seconds. I hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I did. That really just got me balanced, got me focused, got me relaxed. So I'm ready for the task at hand, which is the topic of the day. So we are going to talk about healthy summer recipes. Once again, we're going to touch on alkalinity because I realized in the course that I taught this morning that there is a little less awareness about alkalinity and what makes the body healthy than I realized. We are also going to touch on adaptogens. Hold on one second. Sorry, just got my ear unplugged. Okay, got it. And then I got it. Okay, here we go, everybody. Now I'm back on. Okay, so we're going to also talk about adaptogenics and how incredible they are. I mentioned on the show a couple weeks ago that through the process of looking for a house, buying a home, going through banks, and that process is very stressful, and some of us handle stress differently. And adaptogenics got me through this process, as well as other periods in my life where sometimes things that seem out of our control can kind of get to us and make us not feel calm and joyful and balanced. So adaptogenics are going to be amazing for us in our everyday life. And during this move, oh my gosh, so important. Okay, one more sip, guys. One sec.
Now, is that the stuff that's got the seeds in it?
I thought you were going to ask about this drink earlier. This is one of my favorite drinks now.
Oh, my organic
this
apple
is
cider
Bragg's
vinegar?
Organic apple cider vinegar drink, though.
Okay.
And this is the apple cinnamon flavor. Let me tell you, if you think you don't like apple cider vinegar, you need to try this ready to drink.
Well, have you ever actually mistaken apple cider vinegar for apple cider?
Oh, that would be a huge difference.
That's a lesson learned the hard way.
Well, I love this one because most of the drinks they have out there are usually like spicy, like they have like a kick to them. And this one does not. This to me tastes like Thanksgiving morning. Apple cinnamon. I just feel like I'm out in an orchard. I'm like, apple trees and leaves and, family. It really gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling, and I love it. It's not spicy. So I tried to create Bragg's drinks at home. I was like, oh, I can make these drinks just like they do. I can never get the flavoring right. And they are so delicious. So if you want to get more good culture, probiotics into your life, more balancing, more neutral pH, I would definitely come into the store and try the Bragg's apple cider vinegar drinks. There's grape, there's ginger, there's honey, there's apple cinnamon. They are so delicious.
All
I love
available
them.
at Nutrition World.
Of course they are. Of course. I have every flavor now. Most of the people that work in the arcade building next to my store, they buy cases. And these are people that are not into health whatsoever. But I would sell them one when they would come in and say, oh, my belly feels a little off. Do you have something? Or I don't really want to eat something just yet, but I need something to hold me over. And I would give them this drink. Sure enough, the next day they'd be like, Joanne, what is in that drink? My belly felt so good. I felt so great. I wasn't hungry. This stuff is awesome. Apple cider vinegar is absolutely awesome, but don't just get any apple cider vinegar. Get the one that has the mother in it, that beautiful culture on the bottom.
The word drink has
really
to be
good.
in the descriptive title. Drink.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. If you do pure apple cider vinegar, that can really get you going. It's a good way to clear a cough, which if I had the straight stuff, that's what I'd be gargling with right now. Yeah. Now that I have a cough, just talking a lot, as usual. All right. So, so in the middle of a move, got the house. So congratulations to me. Woo, yay. So now we have enough room for all the kids. So no more of them crashing into my bathroom, thankfully. So it's awesome.
They have their own bathrooms.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. If I had I'm going to just tell this personal story for any females out there that have a lot of boys in the house. You go to use the bathroom and they didn't put the toilet seat down in the middle of the night. That is not a fun experience.
Boys still don't do that?
Oh my gosh. It's like there's nothing worse than 3:30, pitch dark and you're falling through a toilet. It's like really not fun.
Especially if it's cold weather.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh boy. Well, yeah, so we are loving being all together as one family. That I have to admit we love, but moving is so much work. I never, ever want to move again. When I moved the store, I thought that was a lot of work when I went from, a few blocks closer to the water to downtown. Oh, my gosh. Thousands of bottles, right? But this is even harder. All right, everyone. Well, I had so much fun with the show a couple weeks ago where I had all my listeners call in. I loved hearing everyone's voice and getting all those answers. So I am going to throw in a few questions today. The whole show won't be like that. But if you pay attention to the different categories, I will have a question at the end related to what we are talking about for coupons for the store.
Listen carefully. You will be tested on this.
That's right. You will be tested. I swear in another life I was a teacher. I just love telling people what to do and teaching. I swear. It's like
the gift
crazy.
of teaching, yes.
Yeah. Oh, boy. So I don't know how many of my listeners can remember, but like 5 years ago, I don't know if you can remember, Cliff, it was so cool. Everything started going in mason jars. It was salad in mason jars. Do you remember that?
Let's see.
Look, I have this is a picture of one of them from one of the magazines I give out at the store, Extraordinary Health. It's an amazing magazine. It's a free one we give out at the store. And do you see that?
Ooh,
isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
Yeah, so this is a little bit more than salad in a jar. This is like a quinoa salad. So normally it's just like vegetables.
Yeah.
But it reminded me when I read the magazine last week that we have gotten away from how easy it is to eat healthy and economically. And so the salad in the jar movement, which I think a woman on Pinterest started this whole big movement. She just she was very frugal, but she was extremely healthy. And her family kept complaining, hey, Mom, we're okay with eating healthy, but we need something fast. We're going off with our friends. We're going to the pool. We're going to practice. We're going to school. We're going to work. So she created these salad in the jar. So if someone else created, I'm sorry I'm not giving them credit, but I just remember seeing it there for the first time. And so she went to the dollar store, bought all different size mason jars, but obviously not the huge ones, but, the small and the medium. And she took all her kids' favorite things. So she chopped up, carrots and radishes and water chestnuts and snow peas, and get creative. Try vegetables that maybe you normally don't, like scallions, like different things that you might not always throw in, bean sprouts, and have them all lined up in your kitchen. Get all the mason jars obviously clean, have them all lined up, and then just layer the ingredients.
They might be called canning jars if you're looking for them in the store.
Exactly, canning jars. And now they're getting cheaper and cheaper, and so you just layer these salads, and there you go. You put the top on, put them in the fridge, and then they buy those little salad dressing cups for cheap. You put like the kids' favorite dressings or the adults, and bam, done. For a few dollars a jar, they can have something super healthy. So this one recipe shows it's a quinoa salad, and it's layered with quinoa, broccoli, butternut squash, little cherry tomatoes, arugula. I mean, I am literally just drooling over this. So you definitely want to look into this. It's economical. You can get real creative. If you want to even give them as gifts, it's like a really nice gift for neighbors. I was thinking about doing it for my new neighbors to say here I am.
People give gifts that include cheeses and sausage, stuff
well,
like
that's
that.
the whole thing. If you think of most of the gifting that we grew up with, it's things that when you walk over to someone's house might not be healthy. And a lot of people are already struggling to try to get the strength or willpower to become healthier. But I remember when I used to live in Jensen, I had two super sweet neighbors. I mean, they were so sweet, but they would come over almost every few days with either chocolate, cookies, wine, things that I was trying very hard to stay away from. But when it's gifted to you, you feel this moral obligation to consume it because it's a gift. Oh my gosh, Matthew's mom, the first day of moving, bought us so much unbelievably delicious Kilwins chocolates, to die for, a huge amount. So I felt obligated just completely obligated to eat it.
Never insult a chef.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. If you do more healthier gifting, it's actually colorful, it's pretty. I chopped up, oh my gosh, I chopped up purple, yellow, and orange carrots. They're so stable, they last a while. So you put those, you layer those, the first 3 layers, and then you can chop up radishes for the next layer. So you have all these beautiful colors that will attract a child's eye or even make it look more attractive. And then you could put broccoli there, snow peas. But again, this is great for people that are trying to do economical and healthy meal options and to go quickly. But I love, a lot of times I forget to use, mint leaves with things. They put chopped mango on theirs. So get creative. Go on Google. Just Mason recipes. But the other thing that I want to point out is, what is tahini? Do you know what tahini is, Cliff?
No.
Yeah, so, okay, what about miso? Do you know what miso is?
Wait a minute. We're starting to...
Come on, you could do it. Miso? No? All right.
But
so I'm kind of glad you don't know what it is,
prefix.
because that's why we're talking about it.
Idea.
That's the whole idea.
See that teaching gift that you have is kicking in.
There are some things that, so when we were moving all the fridge items over, the people that were moving to my house were already there because they were just so excited. And so when I was there with the fridge, she was like, "What's this? What's that?" And trying to learn things. And it was so cool because the cleaning crew that was there at the old house, they only used natural cleaning products that smelled so good. So
they listened to your show.
Well, that was the best part, is because they were so close to me, and I ended up knowing her. And it was so cool because I thought I was going to have to be around Fabulosa and bleach and all these heavy-duty smells as I was clearing out. And it wasn't. It was so pleasant and wonderful.
Okay.
All right, but I'm getting off topic. So in the fridge, in my refrigerator, I have, for sometimes people think, a little strange items. And 2 of the items are tahini and miso paste.
There we go
So I
again.
wanted to talk about them because they're in a lot of salad dressing recipes in the natural world.
Oh.
So if you go to Publix where they have like vegan items or some of their health food items in the produce section, you can buy these two things. So tahini and miso paste. And if you have these two things, you can make so many different salad dressings using these as a base, or even like sauces for hot pastas. Like the tahini is sesame paste. So they take tons of sesame seeds and they press them. And so you might want to call it like sesame butter, but it's referred to as tahini. And it's so yummy and nutty and delicious, and it's actually extremely healthy for us. So it's a great way to thicken and make rich dressings. Or you can dilute it down and get it into more of like a salad dressing consistency. But the miso part is fermented soybean paste. So the one I buy from Eden Foods, EDEN, is an organic, non-GMO fermented soybean paste. And it makes they make 3 different kinds. So it's like a golden and then a dark one. This, I think, like, let's just call it like weak, mild, and strong. And so I use the one in the middle, and it has a nice salty flavor. So it's great when you want to make a vegetarian soup broth, or you want to add it as the salty flavor in a dressing or a sauce. But both the tahini and the miso paste are very thick. So you definitely, my trick is that I boil a little water. I put a big spoon of the paste into a coffee cup. So I don't even try to take the paste off the spoon. I just let it sit in a coffee cup. And then I pour the boiling water over the spoon so the paste kind of goes into the cup. And then I use the back of the spoon to kind of smooth it out and dilute it down. So you want to consider getting the tahini and the miso paste, because that definitely makes great salad dressings and pasta sauces. So yeah, I was looking through this magazine, and it's like showing these delicious recipes for hummus and salad in the jars, and I was getting awfully hungry because with moving, what comes with moving when your kitchen's not ready and everything's in boxes?
Quick meals?
Quick restaurant meals. And when you have 7 people you're feeding,
including
you
kids,
usually pick, and of course, so here's the 2 boys are super excited because they have all these kids that are in the neighborhood now, because we moved right by their school.
Oh,
so
that's good.
so everyone knows everyone now. So all of a sudden there's like play dates occurring during moving. So we have, the 12-year-old has 2 friends over. The 14-year-old has 2 to 5 friends over at a time. So the house is flooded with children.
As
and
you're continuing to move in.
Yes, as we're trying to move, they still want us to be parents. I don't understand that concept. Like, we still have to be a parent.
What do you mean by that?
They
Hey,
want
Mom,
us
I
to
need
feed
this.
them.
Give me something to eat, Mom.
Yes, they want us to feed them, and it seems relentless. It's all day long from when they wake up till they go to bed. I'm like, man, it's crazy.
Wow.
So 20 I just got an order of 20 gallons of miso soup coming right up, sir.
Miso soup.
Oh, my Greg, he cracks me up. Yeah. So so it's a best. So I actually had to feed all these people.
Wow.
And I'm like looking at Matt, and I'm like, honey, holy moly, what are we going to do? So, we've kind of have been eating differently than normal for about 6 straight days, which is, Chinese food, dare I say it, pizza. His beautiful, wonderful mother delivered to us the most amazing Italian food. So she says to Matt, well, I know you guys don't really eat pizza, so I brought you a calzone. But let me tell you, we ate it.
Isn't that a
we
pizza
were
sandwich?
so hungry from moving.
Yeah.
So we ate it, and whoa. That was like, I felt like I literally fell asleep
but that
instantly.
brings up the big question now. If somebody's eating right and trying to be healthy and stay healthy and lose weight, or for whatever reason, and somebody comes by and drops off a pizza or calzones,
gosh.
and you're starving because you're really hungry.
Yeah.
Is it really going to hurt you to eat those too much? I mean, if it's just right now, right, because you're starving.
Well, obviously I ate it, and I'm still living, so,
okay, so
I survived it.
So it's okay. Just remember, don't forget the path you're on with your own nutrition plan, right?
Yes, I always call it the 80-20 rule.
Okay.
So we normally live most of our lives, well, no, that's the wrong expression. Most of the hours in our days,
Right.
us, our family, always health conscious. You know, we're not doing dairy, we're not doing flour, we're not doing GMOs, we're eating at home. So I looked at this as an extreme circumstance of moving a lot of big furniture, a lot of heat, a lot of craziness. So I didn't put my normal rules into practice. The kids were eating popsicles all day. You know, of course they were no artificial colors, no sugar popsicles, or sweeteners. But either way, I knew I had to bend to survive this.
Then, of course, you can always homemade popsicles out of fruit.
Yeah, but let me tell you that, you know, those salad bags that you get from the stores, you know, whenever they have a buy one, get one free or a special, I buy like 12 of them.
Most of them seem to be coleslaw related.
Yes, well, that's awesome because lettuce turns so bad.
Right?
So I get the kale mix all the time. I buy a ton when they're on sale. And my friend that's in that industry taught me to buy the bags when they're really thin, no poofiness, because they'll stay good longer. Oh my gosh, Greg is on fire this morning. He keeps passing me notes. Never say no to an Italian mother-in-law.
Especially if she cooked the dinner.
I told you I ate the calzone.
Yeah.
I ate her chocolate. I love her. Are you kidding me? She's like the best.
But don't forget, if you are on a healthy plan, you're under no obligation to eat the stuff that people give you, but being nice about it is what counts.
Well, the best is I don't see her eating any of this stuff, and she's on my isogenics plan. So I'm looking at her like, you're feeding us all the pizza and chocolate, and you're doing my plan.
I used to snap at people for bringing me things like pasta noodles
But that's what I'm
potatoes,
saying. You get this in our system, our school teachers, everyone, we reward with sugar. Like when everyone found out we were engaged and getting the house, we were flooded with cookies and chocolate and sugar and champagne and alcohol, and we do love this stuff. Don't get me wrong, but we know the difference in our bodies when we consume this. But I mentioned isogenics because that's what Matt's mom is on. I have to give total kudos to those products because we have been living on those shakes. I mean, besides the little Chinese and Italian we brought into our home, we have all been doing shakes almost 3 times a day because just going up and down the stairs we had to put appliances up there. It was crazy work. So the shakes helped us get strong. And Matt even said, honey, I haven't gone to the gym in like 2 weeks and I feel even stronger. I'm telling you, your body is 80% nutrition. The 20% is the activity. So 80% nutrition. Cliff, I think I need a break for my voice real quick.
I don't blame you.
Guys,
You're
I'll come
entitled.
right back. I'm going to drink some more of my apple cider vinegar drink, get my throat back into action, and I'll be right back to you.
You're listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World, located on US 1 in Fort Pierce between Avenue A and Orange Avenue, directly across from City Hall in the historic Arcade Building.
Guiding the Treasure Coast in health, one person at a time. That's their motto at Joanne's Nutrition World, Suite 121, in the historic Arcade Building on US 1, downtown Fort Pierce. Joanne brings more than 25 years of experience in the natural health industry, right here to you. Take advantage of this free personal guide to wellness and good health. Meet with Joanne herself and get started. Nutrition World always provides you with the hottest new product lines, natural and homeopathic remedies, herbals, and best of all, expert advice from the people who care. Call Joanne at 464-3598, 464-3598, and learn the correlation between diet and great health. Stop in today. The expert guidance to health is always free at Nutrition World. Nutrition World, Suite 121 in the Arcade Building, US 1, downtown Fort Pierce. WPSL Treasure Coast weather with meteorologist Glenn Glazer is brought to you this hour by Seacoast Air Conditioning.
As we move through the afternoon hours here on the Treasure Coast, look for partly sunny skies and high temperatures in the low to mid 90s. The heat index will be between 101 and 106 degrees. Winds will stay light out of the south-southeast and isolated to scattered showers, and a few thunderstorms moving southwest and northeast are possible through the afternoon, with activity tapering off during the evening hours. Tonight, a few coastal showers are possible overnight. I'm WPTV Storm Team 5 meteorologist Glenn Glazer for WPSL 1590, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Weather this hour is brought to you by Seacoast Air Conditioning, your hometown air conditioning company since 1982. For repairs or a whole new system, call 772-466-2400.
Comfort crisis? Don't roast. Call Seacoast.
We now return you to Joanne's World of Nutrition. Once again, here's your host, Joanne Augusto.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for taking this time and joining me this morning. I am so grateful for all my listeners. And as promised, I have two questions that are relating to the first half of the show. So if you call in and get the answer correct, you get $5 coupon.
Okay.
Because I think these are really easy questions, okay?
And plus, the magazine that she was reading from this morning is a free magazine.
That's right. Well, we have 4 giveaway magazines right now and a free book on diabetes. Really great information. These magazines have come a long way in the years, and they have phenomenal writers, really good articles, beautiful graphics. So I would definitely come in and grab these free books and magazines.
Okay.
We really take pride in educating, the area consumers. So please come by. So we have 2 questions this morning. The first one is, what is tahini? And the second question is, what is miso? So please don't Google.
No, because she's already given you the answer because she asked me and I didn't know, so she told me, and you were listening at the time.
I did. So please call in and you get a $5 coupon for Nutrition World in Fort Pierce, my store, my baby. So, all right. So I mentioned about alkaline water to the college group that I had this morning. And I was kind of sad when they really didn't know what I meant. So alkalized water has gotten more and more popular. There are some things in the nutrition field that come and go, but there's one thing that's completely based on science that most people can't argue. And if they do argue, usually comes back at them like, well, maybe they were wrong. Ooh. So in our body, we have this neutral pH that we survive by. Now, some points of our day, we run a little more acidic than alkaline. So if you were to Google alkaline food chart, it might be easier to understand this topic because you can see how they have a grid. And on the left is the alkaline side, and on the right is the acidic side.
You want to try to stay on the alkaline side of it.
Always. But even if we try really hard, in nature, you will have tendencies to run acidic. Yeah. But the body does not ever let you survive in an acid environment. So why I stress to people to keep an eye on their pH is just like a fish tank or a swimming pool. If you do not keep track of pH, you can degrade the side of the swimming pool. You can kill your fish. You have to take your pH seriously. So in the food charts, you'll happen to notice that all the things are extremely healthy for you are alkalizing, and all the things that we know already, like stress and sugar and alcohol, are purely acidic. So to me, common sense dictates this subject matter. You don't need to get a whole bunch of books or experts on the subject. If when you take those things and you break them down to what they call their ash and you test them, and things that we know that are dangerous for us, like sugar and alcohol, are pure acid and stress, or you take a piece of broccoli that's pure alkalinity, that's not, that's simple to understand. And they have beautiful charts now that are completely free. It's just a free printing on any search engine. There's so many different ones. My favorite is called Alkamind. I'm sure they sell product, but I only download their charts for free. But it's ALKA Mind, MIND, Alkamind. They make a beautiful small chart that you can print for free. It says the left side, 80% of your diet should be the alkaline side, the other acidic side, and it's breaking down to mild, moderate, and highly in the category. So I highly suggest that you print that out, because when your body isn't in that correct pH that it should be at that moment, it has to make it go into that pH. How does it make your body go to the correct pH? It robs minerals, crucial minerals that are already completely deficient in our soil and mostly in our bodies, by your hip joints, your big joint areas, your tissue sites. And then it's borrowing it day after day, month after month, year after year. And I say that so dramatically because it is dramatic, because people come to me when they're in their mid-50s and say, I need a hip replacement. I fell,
I've heard that before,
and my hip is disintegrated in their 50s. It didn't happen, when they were an older person. It happened when they were young, as they were growing, and they kept saying, oh, what will this soda hurt? What will this candy hurt? What will this stress lifestyle hurt? What will this not sleeping enough hurt? Well, this is what it hurts. Your body has to maintain a pH. If it keeps borrowing from your bones and your tissues, there's not going to be much left for you when you're older in life. Okay, you can tell this is a very serious subject for me.
Will the apple cider vinegar help after the damage is already done?
Anything helps at any time. I tell people, always never look like it's too late for anything. It doesn't matter how old you are or what shape you're on. Your body is a miracle. You just need to give it tools to fix itself. So, good amount of rest, lots of water, alkaline food, positive, fresh air, family time. I mean, all this stuff is in 20,000 books all over the internet and in bookstores. It's not like I'm saying something that no one hasn't said before. But I practice these things because I know if you eat a lot of acidic foods, a lot of sugary foods, soda pop, refined food, drive-through food, after a certain period of time, your body will start feeling weaker, more tired, more agitated. Things will start breaking. So then comes the subject of alkaline water. So we're in the process right now. Oh my gosh, I hope it's going to be done by the time I get home. We are getting a house water filtration system, and I already have an alkalizing water system. So now the whole house will be filtered, and we'll have the water machine that makes the water alkaline. Wow. There's a lot on the market. I definitely don't claim to be an expert in this category. I made my choice because friends that I trusted made this choice. But I will say that alkalized water, a lot of people are like, oh, it's all hype. But not really. It's not hype, because if you want to eat a lot of vegetables and make your body more alkaline by meditation and yoga in that way, good for you. I am so proud of you. But like, for instance, my ADD personality that's always like boom, 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 I can't get my body to be the pH that I want unless I'm really focused on green drinks all day. So for me, drinking alkaline water all day keeps me at the correct pH without having to worry, because you can take type A personalities and they can eat super healthy, but they still will lean towards acid. So the alkaline water gives their body, which is 72% water, a better chance at getting to the right level.
Are there any companies out there that provide alkaline water, bottled water?
Yeah, we do sell one. and we sell a ton of it. I sell cases at a time. There's a couple in the supermarket, but what the difference is, some of the companies take water that you cannot get the quality story down straight. Like, so they take just supposedly like more like city water, and they add Himalayan salt or baking soda, because legitimately they can say it's alkaline water. And then the ones that are more expensive, the system that I kind of trust, is more like, you know how in my store we do the ion foot cleanse?
Right.
It's more of that theory. It's actual blades that are creating an ionization that draws up the energy of the water to an alkaline version.
Okay.
So I feel more comfortable with that. Now, do I still use Himalayan salt, which is alkalizing? Yes. I use it in the food and I use it in the water. And so, you know, you can go that way. But water, oh my gosh, it's so confusing to me. I try to trust what I can, but it really,
Well, it's nice to know you can get alkaline water available.
Yeah, we have, I mean, some of our healthiest customers, just, you know, really, they come in and they buy cases and cases at a time, and some of them drink a gallon of alkaline water a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Now, you could eat vegetables all the time and get the same results.
Yes, it's the vegetables are the most alkalizing thing. Oh, you know what's really alkalizing? People are so confused about this, is lemons and limes.
Oh, my.
So people know on their tongue it tastes acidic, and they're like, oh, no, but I have acid reflux. I take a lemon, it feels acidy. But inside the body, after it digests, the ash of the lemon and the lime is alkalizing. There are studies done, and this line has been quoted millions of times, that no human disease can live in an alkaline environment. And they're really referring to cancer, because they did a study with cancer cells in a petri dish with alkaline water.
Have you noticed that there are more and more cancer survivors today than there have been ever?
Yes, and then there are some people that say, oh, you know, it's the chemotherapy and those drugs, but that's not really true. More people are seeking out alternative medicine. But sometimes I have a hard time quoting those studies, because there's so many holes in them, and you never know where the information's driven from.
We could decide whether that's a sales pitch or facts.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's why I don't even things that benefit my store or my industry, that's why I don't come on the show and talk about a lot of them. Right. Because if you really read deep into it, you can find issues.
Yeah.
And so I try to tell people, be your own advocate. You have the most amazing mind right there. You don't need to borrow anyone else's. You have your body. Listen to it. Yep. If you have extra weight on you, if you're tired, if you're not sleeping right, if you're not going to the bathroom correctly, if you're always feeling anxious or depressed, obviously something's wrong. So you need to reevaluate your choices, and I know it's hard. I was just thinking to myself the other day, the amount of books that when you go to the bookstore, which I love going to the bookstore, and I hope they always stay around, but when you go to the self-help or nutrition section, it's maddening. It's insanity. It's like the first book, yes, we have the answer to all your problems. Lose weight, have energy, feel great. The next book, which is completely different information, makes those same promises. I can't imagine how overwhelming it is. But you cannot lie to your own self. If you are not feeling well, change something, do something. Don't keep repeating because the information is overwhelming or you're not sure what to do. Change something, anything. Like, I know that if I ate a calzone 3 days in a row, I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm going to start gaining weight. My skin's going to look rashy and inflamed and puffy. I know that because I can see it in the mirror. You have all the tools you need to learn and grow and be your own advocate.
And you don't need anybody to tell you you're overweight. You know it, right?
Yeah. Well, I made that joke at the show, and now I'm repeating it almost every day. But, you know, what you eat in private, you wear in public.
Ooh,
I mean, it is so true. So many of us, including myself, like last night, I sell Fig Newmans, and I was a big advocate of them because they're wheat-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and I love Paul Newman's company, a lot of integrity. All the proceeds go to charities, right? So I sell tons of these packages at my store. Well, there was one last night. We just finished installing the microwave. We're all tired. It's like 10:45 at night, and my son opens it up, and I'm like going to grab a few. And Matt looks at the ingredients. He's like, honey, there's corn syrup in these. Do you know I never knew? I've been selling these for 10 years.
Oh, no.
I had no idea there was corn syrup in them. And I looked at him straight in the eyes, and I ate 4. I was like, you know what? I'm really tired. I'm really hungry. But my joke of this is that, like, I knew that corn syrup was so bad for me, and I knew the effects it would have, but sometimes we just purposely damage ourselves,
So
and
we
we
go buy a
make
bunch
bad
of figs.
choices. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I was like, oh, figs is so good for us, so much nutrition, magnesium, fiber, but corn syrup is horrible, and I can't believe it's in that product, and I will have to discontinue it because it doesn't go along with my ethics, but that's the whole thing. What I ate, like, even though I knew better, that it hurts the psyche and the body at the same time. Because,
yeah. It breaks your heart because you're teaching people about nutrition, and all of a sudden you discover something that was easily overlooked by anybody.
Exactly. And the other, my friend, when I tell friends stories like that, they're like, oh, Joanne, cut yourself a break. You eat so healthy. What's 4 wheat-free, dairy-free Fig Newmans going to hurt? But the difference is that I could have just eaten an apple and felt phenomenal and not
figs.
had that corn syrup. Or have, figs. I had almonds in the pantry. I had, dates. I had all the things. But we do things sometimes that are just so self-destructive, and then we seek out a specialist or a doctor to fix us real fast with their solution.
When we didn't even need to get that way in the first place.
So I guess my point is that you don't need to spend a lot of money or read a lot of books or go to a lot of specialists. We kind of know what we're doing. We just like to self-sabotage sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we got a few more minutes. So I definitely want to talk more about adaptogenics. So adaptogenics, just like the name implies, it helps your body adapt to what's going on. So in our wonderful life of just a lot of things going on, there are days that sometimes we feel anxious and we feel fretful and we feel just a little bit out of control, kind of like the feeling when we've had maybe a little too much caffeine, where we're just like, oh, we got to shake this feeling.
And then drama kicks in.
Yes.
It ruins everything.
I just feel like when I'm like that, it's like I'm always on edge. Yeah. I have to, my words come out and I feel like I'm chasing my words or my actions, where it's like when you say something and you're like, oh, I am so sorry. I know that was so not okay and not appropriate, but the words got away from me, or the actions. And we try to teach our kids, think before you talk. Well, an adaptogenic will help you controlling that without you having to use your brain so hard. It helps your body just kind of stay calm, stay focused, stay in control. And it also goes for the other feeling, that doom and gloom, teary-eyed, just sad, depressed. And a lot of us face days where we wake up and we don't know which way we're going to go. Are we going to wake up and we're going to feel anxious, or are we going to feel sad and depressed and doomy and gloomy? And it's a horrible, horrible way to live.
That depends on who brings me my coffee first thing in the morning.
There you go, right? Oh, God. Boy, do I love my man. I mean, he's making me coffee every morning.
Oh, you're spoiled.
And the Isogenics alkaline coffee.
That's a true test of a truly good relationship. Does he share coffee
You know
with
what?
you? That's
I
awesome.
know he's listening. He's always listens to my show, but I don't want to go on and on about him, and I feel so spoiled. But do you know, in my whole life, He walks me to my car when I go places. Like, how sweet and
Does he open
romantic
the
is that?
doors?
He does, but it's
Wow.
more like just he like comes out with me, and I'm like looking like, honey, you got a million things to do. Don't worry about it. But no, he takes that time, and I'm like, and of course my friends are like, oh, it's don't worry. When the honeymoon phase is over, that will be over.
Because
but
their honeymoon is phased
Yeah.
over a long time ago.
they're like,
and yours
no,
isn't.
my man is amazing. He's gonna be like that till he's 200. Because we're living to 200,
That's
of
a
course.
good
So
attitude. Yeah.
yeah, that's our plan. But yeah, so adaptogenics, it's like rhodiola, schizandra, chelisat. I know these are really strange words, but if you go into your local health food store, wherever you shop, please buy them at health food stores, okay? Ask for their adaptogenic products. I take a product, it's called an e-shot, and it has adaptogenics in it. That's what I'll do. Like if I feel like the sugar attack is coming where I must have sugar, I'll just do that instead. So I get a little bit of energy, but I get a control over my mood. So if you are listening and you feel like your moods and your energy level is way out of control, you never know what your body is going to give you the next morning. Adaptogenics are extremely safe. They've been used for thousands of years. They're time tested. There's anecdotal. There's so many studies about adaptogenics that, and in nature, those plants that are called adaptogenics, they got that name because they can adapt to any environment that they're in. So if all of a sudden, I would keep this stuff in your pocket or your purse or your bag or your briefcase, because if all of a sudden you walk into an environment that wasn't the environment you predicted, sometimes we let that environment change our mood. You don't let that happen. Take the adaptogenic and you'll get that balance that you need to handle whatever situation you're in. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going back to moving, and I hope everyone has an amazing week.
All righty.
All right.
You've been listening to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce, US 1, between Orange Avenue and Avenue Way, across from City Hall in the historic Arcade Building. Listen in every Thursday morning in the 10 o'clock hour for Joanne's World of Nutrition. Archives of the show are available at www.wpsltv.com. That takes you directly to our YouTube. And, of course, Joanne's World of Nutrition is among the many programs archived there on YouTube under WPSL TV.